not 10. Like 2 minutes early, so. Set this bad boy up. Let's see. Okay, we're good. Put some headphones on for you boys. Let's see how we got. Sorry about the late start today. I had a lot of last minute things with PPG to take care of. But what's up with you guys, man? How you guys been doing? What last minute tips and tricks do you guys need before this upcoming weekend? What do you guys think will win? Let me put these in the comment section for you guys too. I just posted this. Yeah, it's 10:45. All right, let's get this show on the road. Just let me post this real quick for you guys who are interested. This will pretty much sum up this upcoming weekend. That's the first part. That's the teamwork part. And then I get your LCQs. They can cap me on characters. Alright, yeah. So the things we put out today were the most wanted. You guys wanted to see LCQs on Friday, so we have LCQs on Friday. It'll be at Pro Play Games from 1 o'clock to 9 o'clock. We'll have two options for you guys to run, right? So the first option, it's as a thank you for you guys because the season's closing. The first option is a one-on-one event. So you and your partner, or you and whoever it is, want to battle out for one-on-one. It'll be 10 each, and the winner will get an invite. Now, if you guys want to start credit, we can do the 8-man pods as well. That's option number 2. It'll be 8 players, $10 a pop. The winner will get credit and an invite, and then runner-up will get their invite as well. And don't forget, guys, if you have an invitational invite, it works for both events, right? And on the note of both events, the webcam event, as you guys may now see, has been pushed back to April. It's April, let's see when it is. It's been pushed back to April because of, there was conflicting events going on with Bandai, right? And we didn't want to have people decide whether they want to attend our event or their event, so we just pushed it back out of respect for them and allow them to compete. So ours is pushed back till April 10th to 11th. So yeah, that's it on that. So like, what decks do you guys want to talk about today? Because the deck I'm still sold on, I actually picked up the cards today. Where's my bag? I don't think I have my bag on me. I picked up those Gold Tanks deck. Not Gold Tanks, Gogeta cards, right? I still need 2 TP Kais, unfortunately. I felt like if I had one more week of playtesting, like if PBG Miami wasn't this weekend, but the following weekend after this weekend, I would end up taking this deck. This deck is insane, guys. Like the more and more I play it, it's just like the more and more I fall in love with it, right? But the difference between the Black Gogeta deck and the deck I'm playing right now, I know it inside and out, right? I can close my eyes and tell you what the play should be and all that good stuff. So, unfortunately, I don't have that luxury to have with the Black Gogeta deck. Let's see. So we have a question. Hey Eddie, couple questions about Friday. Even if I'm qualified, can I play some events for Friday, or is there any events where people already have their invites? Also Sunday, I don't have a team. Is it worth to join a team also? Yeah. So Sunday, favorite team event, right? There's gonna be players waiting without a team. If you want, we can make an announcement. You can put your name down, and we'll say, hey, we have one player ready for a team. So if there's 2 more players coming up to sign up, come sign up. So we'll have a team like that. Just make sure to communicate with us, and we'll work with you Friday, Saturday, into Sunday morning to make sure that you get on the team. For the actual LCQs, you are able to enter. The reason being is even if you knock someone out and you have your invite, the invite's passed down. So, because I know a lot of players want to enter the 8-man pods to get their credit, and that's all we have, both options, right? Because if you don't want to compete against people, like the one-on-ones is specifically for people without invites. But if you have an invite already, you can join an 8-man pods. Because 8-man pods, if you win, you do get credit on top of the invite. But once again, if you already have your invite, it'll pass down. So, hope that answers that question, and looking forward to see you this weekend. Yeah, so this weekend, I'm not gonna lie, it really looks like we're going to have a black versus red kind of weekend, which is kind of exciting, right? I don't think we'll see blue or green. I'm not gonna lie to you. Blue, green, or yellow. I mean, Mecha is nice, but I think the thing with Mecha is red, when we tested, directly counters Mecha, because Mecha has all these 15k beaters, and here goes this little guy. And with red just takes him out, especially with the Piccolo Unison, the 2-drop Piccolo Unison. Every time they use their counter, it triggers. It's not once per turn, so it's something that Mecha is really, in my opinion, going to struggle with when they go against red. So what? Like I said, guys, put it in the comment section below. What decks you want to hear discussed? Because this guy is like super sleepy. I don't know why. Well, I do know why. It's almost 11, so okay. What's wrong with you? I will tell you this. After this weekend, I will be going to another Vegeta deck. Super excited. It's most likely going to be the Black Gogeta Zeno. I still think that deck is super, super insane. Like, super insane. I tell you, when I talk about it, I just smile because the amount of plays you do is just absolutely free, and it's absurd. And it gets around a lot of stuff, man. My boy Card Games TV said, Dr. Euro, you snap, my friend. I'll leave that to you, my man. I ain't gonna lie to you. Yeah, I'm playing Broly. 100%. Like I said, I would love to make the switch to Black Gogeta Zeno. Maybe if I get some sessions in, because the biggest thing that was holding me back from getting those sessions in was that I didn't have those Kai TPs, right? But then I talked to Machado. Machado says he has a play set of everything, so I might actually I have what, tomorrow's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I'm not gonna test on Friday. Friday's like a resting day. You don't want to overdo it yourself. So realistically speaking, I do have 3 days, so I'm not gonna lie to you. We'll see what happens. But I really do love the deck, and I wouldn't be surprised. Let me see. Yeah, I do have access to all the cards now when I think of it. And we'll see tomorrow. I'll let you guys know on Wednesday. Wednesday, I could possibly make the switch because I can go to my locals on Thursday. Yeah, I'll know by Thursday what I'm playing. So, what do you think of Skillless Dark Broly? I don't think it's possible to be really effective with Skillless Dark Broly, Card Games TV. The reason being is because I'm assuming, without seeing your list, that you're referring to the Son Goku, which taps 2 energy to bring out another Skillless card. And I'm assuming that those skillless cards you're bringing are going to be the 30k. What are the black battle cards? I think it's the 30k Son Goku Zeno, and there's another 30k too. That's a 30k. So the reason being is one violent raise will shut your deck down, and that's not a position you want to be put in, right? Unless you're playing the vanilla 20ks, but at that same time, it'd be pointless because the violent raise still shuts it down, right? So yeah, you'd be playing the zero. Not only are they 0 zeros, they're like 30k that get shut down by violent raise. I don't know. I don't like it. I wouldn't recommend it, only because we're in a field of a crazy red party army, I guess you could say, with launching King Piccolo. So I'd be very, very, very cautious bringing a deck that could only attack with those guys. My boy said, real talk, I'm going to smoke some foods this weekend. Expect Charles Hoffman in top day 2. Looking forward to what are you playing? Hey, Hoff, man, what are you playing, bro? You playing Dark Broly too? It'll probably be like Dark Broly going against Red. It's going to be like Dark Broly versus King Piccolo. It's going to be like Dark Broly versus Launch all day. We'll see, like, I don't know about the blue. I think the only people who play blue are those players who want to play Invoker, but they know they're not that really efficient Invoker. So they're like, let me play the next best thing, which is Blue Baby. So really, 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 really wild. No, don't touch don't mess up my card. Stop. Let me see. What's wrong? You're okay. You go to sleep. I can't put it out there, my man, but trust me, it'll be worth it. Oof. Hopefully it is. I ain't gonna lie. You do have us to test with if you come early. I'll probably be there on Friday, but more likely I will probably be running the LCQs, making sure people get their last minute invites, and making sure there's space. So I should be there on Friday. If not, worst case scenario, I'll be there bright and early on Saturday for a fact. Don't worry. Like I said, it'll 100 breed black for me, right? Right now, I have Dark Broly main. But the knowledge I got tonight, knowing that I can realistically play the Gogeta Zeno, I have 3 days to master the deck and learn its in and out. And just, I don't know. I have to just make it to the point. If I can get it to the point where it's just autopilot in my brain to know exactly what to do at any given time and point, then yeah, we got a deck and we got something to play with, right? But if I can't get it by then, most likely it'll be the invitational webcam event, which I'll make the switch to. Or the Bandai events that are coming up as well. So we have a lot of free play guys coming. Yeah, so you guys didn't tell me, what do you think will win the event? What do you think is going to win the event, boy? I can tell you, like I said, I keep preaching this. I still think it's going to be between red and black. I don't know which one will take it. I'm pretty sure black is primed to take it. My boy Greg said I'm winning. What are you winning with, bro? That's the question, baby. We know you winning, Greg. So what are you winning with, man? Violent raise. All right, let me read this question. Oh, stop. You're gonna break the laptop. It says violent raise isn't the reason to not play a strategy. Flying limits any kind like that would be the same. And deck plus turn. No. Violent raise would be the reason not to play that deck, because the reason being, I'm gonna correct you, is if it was a format where a color wasn't just running rampant, I would agree with you, right? But there will be red everywhere. When I say everywhere, between King Piccolo and Launch, you will see a lot of red decks. And then one card doesn't shut down a majority of your deck. If you're playing Skillless Broly, one card shuts down the entirety of your deck. But at that time point, the only thing you'll be able to attack with is your leader, right? But if you're running another traditional Broly that doesn't involve the Skillless package, you'll have other guys who can attack. But if all your attackers are legit 30Ks, you're not winning that game, my friend. I ain't gonna lie to you. It's gonna be a rough time. So, like I said, I'm not telling you what to do. If you want to do that, go ahead. But I really would recommend against it, because you will not have a fun time. So, my boy said Dark Piccolo. I mean, my boy said Dark Broly or King Piccolo. The two that I'm picking. Yeah, like I said, those are you're on the right launch. But I would venture to say if you're thinking about King Piccolo, be very wary about the multicolor launch decks coming in, right? So when I say that, you have to understand what they can do and everything they can do and what you can do to mitigate what they can do because they can do a lot, guys. I'm not gonna put people's deck techs out there and stuff. I've seen a lot of decks, man, but I will tell you right now, as King Piccolo, be very wary of a launch. And I'm gonna leave it like that. Gabe said Invoker would take it. I wouldn't be surprised. Legends on it, so you see him in top cut. So off rip, you have a top cut deck that's gonna be in there. Yeah. On Charles, exactly. Like I don't think there's anything in the skillless Broly that can swing besides your leader. Because everything, I mean, you're not gonna swing with the one drop Kid Goku. That's facts. I think that thing's a 5K, so you're 100% not gonna swing with it. Why are most Dark Broly players not using Toppo? I've been using it for a while in a few online events, and it works magic. The reason for me personally, I'm not able to speak on other people, but the reason for me personally for not using Toppo is it breaks in your hand. You have to realize when you use other red cards or other cards that are not black, not including the 7-drop Red Broly, those mess up your super combo. You're not able to use things like that. So, I don't know. Toppo, it can seem nice, but if you're Toppoing in Dark Broly and they know they can still push through Toppo doesn't really do anything. You see what I'm saying? So, I don't know. Not only that, like, I just don't like it. You're tapping 2 for Toppo. It's just... That seems rough for me. That's a lot of energy because offensively, when you're using Dark Broly, you need energy efficiency. So offensively, you're relying on just using no energy, which is kind of ballsy. I'm not gonna lie. I wouldn't recommend Toppo, at least on the main board. Like I said, guys, when I say I don't like a card, I specifically and referring and mentioning the main board, not the sideboard itself. Like when I said I don't like Heartfelt Plea, I went this over and over again. I even went with this on our, because before this, we had a little team discussion. It was between Machado, Riti, and myself. They're asking why I don't play Heartfelt Plea. I'm like, Heartfelt Plea is not plus. Like, the only time you get value of Heartfelt Plea is probably against a black deck. Against a yellow deck, I'm telling you, you're playing Heartfelt Plea. If they have a slug on board, you're not gonna draw and they're not gonna crit the life. If they have the Vegeta on board, you're not gonna be able to attack. If you're going against red, you're not gonna be able to attack. If you go against green, the green is just gonna get charismatic. They'll probably just take the life and say, okay, cool. What do you have next? Like Heartfelt is just, I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, yes, in the mirror match or Dirt Broly mirror match and any other black matchups, it's great. But anything that's not, it's like, it's not that good in my opinion. And not only that, the card itself is great, right? But it costs, you have to pay an energy for it. The reason why you have to pay at least one energy for it is because you have to play the one drop. And you have to get the ball. So you're giving 2 cards plus an energy to invest in that play, right? Plus you have to have the Heartfelt Plea in hand. And they have to have no answers to it. That's just a lot you have to commit for something that's super, super vulnerable. I'm going to leave it at that and just move on. So, because you guys know I've been talking about for a while. So, yeah, Pac-Man hit it on the point. Yeah, so if you really, really admire Toppo, go ahead and play the Tenacious Bardock. Tenacious Bardock's a 25k overwhelm. It costs 1 energy, though. And it's like kind of Mecha Cabrera where you can't play it again on the following turn. But it states your opponent can only attack with a battle card once during their turn. So if you really value Toppo, it's just like, shout out to my boy Pac-Man, the Ghost Killer. Put it right there for you, man. Go ahead and use that Bardock Tenacious, dude. Because that Bardock Tenacious, it's a lot more value. Where it's black, and it only costs 1 energy. And it attacks on your turn. So go ahead and use that bad boy. Let me see. Negate's overrated, I think. Shady Tree. I think my deck profiles look the way they do, my friend. I ain't gonna lie to you. The only time I wish I kind of had negates were going against the Ryu Gohan players because it was kind of rough. It's like you're very susceptible. So maybe I might put him in the sideboard just for that matchup. but mainboarded, we dropping big balls, big ball mainboard, bro. We don't do that, bad boy. We don't do that over here. Most black decks run at most 3 negates. How if you're dark Broly? I actually read that. Sorry, I'm super tired. It says most black decks run at most 3 negates. Now if you're dark Broly, yeah. I see what you're saying. Now a lot of them run only 2. I'm not gonna lie to you. A lot of them run like either two negates period, or they split it where it's 2 power bursts and then 2 protector of the people. I still don't know how I feel about protector of the people and dark Broly, because the guys add up. Like, I don't know. I'd prefer power burst if I was gonna do all that good stuff. Don't do that. If my boy wants to get into a webcam event, are there going to be any more LCQs for this man? Yes, Coop, there will be LCQ events because the event got pushed back. So I will make exclusive events for people who do not have invites, right? I don't know if it'll be the 8-man dailies or if I will continue to open up the qualifiers and just let everyone do it and just let the invites pass down. I'll probably let the community vote on that. When I'm like super on the fence on it, the first thing I'll do is ask the team. I'm like, hey, what do you guys think about this? If they're super on the fence on it too, then I'll just go ahead and let the community poll on it. So, but 100% Coop, there will be more events to earn your invite. So there will be at least, I know I'm going to give Canada an event. And the US, we have till April, so I want to give at least one more event. And if it's only one event, I'll make it exclusive for those who don't have their invite. But I feel like I can do 2. Like one regular one where invites pass out, and one exclusive one to where it's only people without invites. Yeah. The 7 drop counts as black, but Toppo doesn't, and that's what I was referring to when I said you don't want to charge it, because the 7 drop to me is just black, period. And that's gonna be a cool subject to talk about another day, right? Because we were talking about this earlier too on the Car Ride 2 locals today. That 7 drop, if you don't have the Broly, I'd advise you pick up a playset for you to run if you're running black, and just hold on to it, because when black multicolors become a thing, I think that thing's gonna become a staple, and that thing's gonna super inflate. Because if you look at it, that's the universal black card. Like, whenever we get multicolor, you're going to have to include these cards in there, because not only is it a universal card, it's a 0 plus 5k combo, which is completely insane. But that's going to be a topic for another day. Right now, we're just going to focus on the event this weekend and what you guys need help with. Yeah, it's just like Charles said, I'm not going to charge you to, like, go spit it on the face. Like, if you really value Toppo that much, go ahead and play Tenacious Bardock, because it outvalues Toppo in every sense of the category. Your opponent going to attack one time with a battle card. It only costs 1 energy. It's 25 versus 20, and it's black. It just keep going. The value that Tenacious provides is just insane. So, I know this Dark Broly, you don't use energy that much, and you only charge 1. No, you do use your energy. The only time you don't use your energy is if you know your opponent has the capability of cracking you back. I've been playing Dark Broly for a while, and I'm telling you right now, I have to be disciplined enough to where I don't tap out on turn 2 versus certain decks, and turn 1 will probably be the only time I tap out now, right? The only time you see me tapping out past turn 1 is because I know I'm going for game, because I know most likely you don't have the answers to it. So, be very cautious how you play Dark Broly, because if you're not playing cards like your 1-drop Toas, your 1-drop Broly's, Petrification, have at least 1 Petrification in the main board. If you don't have at least 1 Petrification in the main board, have at least that 1 in the sideboard. Do not forget, guys, Foot Banisher is a tough son of gun to get around, so be prepared for it. Only have 1. I only run 1. I can see if you run 2 because you want to see it. I'll only run 1 because I'll only need 1. So that's my philosophy on that. Let's see. Petrification turns off permanents. Shady Tree, I don't think it turns off permanents. Like, if you're to use Petrification on Food Banisher, it'll turn off the triple attack and all that other stuff. To my knowledge, I don't think it turns off permanents. I think it just turns off the skills. But I'll double check and get back to you guys. I know you're not speaking on future cards, but Bad Evolution will be live for the PPG on the 27th. Pac-Man, if you're referring to the webcam event, oh no, you're referring to the Bandai event. So the Bandai event, I'm not gonna say it is. I'm not gonna say it isn't, only because that's not. Yes, we're running it, but that's not by our rules. That's by Bandai's rules. So we can. Let's say, like me, right? Let's say I wanted to run a deck for that set, and I'm like, okay, guys, this is legal. The day of, or the day before, or whenever they want to do it, they can just come down and say, no, it's not legal. So we're gonna leave the pressure and thing on them to let them make that decision. Just whatever they decide, guys, just know we had nothing to do with it. That's them. We just have to abide by the rules. So unfortunately, we don't have an answer now, but we'll do our best to get the answer for you. So. No problem, Coop. Yeah, 100%. And there will be LCQs for people to join. You have to tap energy early. If you don't mail or see how bad. Yeah. I love using energy, bro. Like, you should have a defined turn 1 play. Against the mirror match, it should be a Toa. Against anything that's not a mirror match, but they try to stall you, you just sit on the 1-drop Broly and just have the ball in hand. So when they do it, you just use the ball and go straight into your plays. Like, you should have plays to where you're using energy. It doesn't always stop turns. Yeah, Toppo is susceptible. 2 bearded people. Dark Broly versus Blue Decks. I had an issue against that this weekend. Okay, Dark Broly versus Blue Decks. I have it. Where is it? Where are these cards? There you go. Oh, I don't have the other card. Let me see if I can find it for you. Here's your answer to Blue Decks versus Dark Broly, my friend. Make space for these cards in your deck. They are really good. Miles, please don't grab my cards. I'm about to put you down. Alright, the first one you guys should know what I'm talking about. I'll just show you this one. Bam. Play this guy. If they untap, they start warping cards from hand. If you have multiple, they'll warp multiple from hand. You pair this up with your alright, I'm gonna put you down because you're going crazy. You pair that up with Son Goku True Fighting Spirit. You have Son Goku True Fighting Spirit with this on board, this is gonna give him really, really major problems to get out of. The only time you have to be very vigilant when you play these cards is against Red Blue, because don't forget, against Red Blue, they do have reactive cards that can just KO these cards before their effect goes off. So make sure to have this somewhere in your board. So you can actually main the Son Goku True Fighting Spirit if you want and keep this in your sideboard if you don't have space, or if you do have space and you just don't know what to put in, have these guys somewhere in your deck. I wouldn't really recommend this for the main board because this is super situational. Basically, it's for blue decks or the set 1 Golden Freezer deck, stuff like that, Invoker, stuff like that. This is the sideboard deck card versus the Son Goku True Fighting Spirit, where I can't see it in the main deck because it doesn't only stop negates, it stops counter spirit. When I say it stops counter, it taxes them, right? It taxes them 1 card extra from their hand per copy of Son Goku True Fighting Spirits you have in your hand. So 100% I can see that in the main board because every deck has counters. So hope that answers your question for Dark Broly versus Blue, my friend. Yeah, Sage Cesar, I'm not gonna lie. Demigra, even though it's a great card, is one of those cards where I preach don't mainboard it because there's dead matchups with it, right? The cards I like to include in my main board are cards that I know no matter the matchup I face, it's always live, right? That's why you'll never see me have Heartfelt Plea, Demigra, and all that good stuff in my deck, because the mirror match, you're never gonna use Demigra in the mirror. 100% you won't use the mirror. You won't use Demigra in the mirror match. Not at all. So knowing that Dark Broly is probably going to be one of the most relevant decks that you're going to see at an event, you main decking a card that just, it doesn't work in a matchup, is putting you a card behind. Because it should be something else that you're going to have. But if you understand the card's value, you say, hey, it's good, but there should be another card that should be in the main board in place of that in order to mitigate having dead cards against a very, very popular deck. New Black Negate is going to be crazy in Dark Broly. Yeah, that new Black Negate, not just Dark Broly, and the Power Rangers as well. That Black Negate goes, ooh, hoo, hoo, hoo. But you know how we do it, guys. We don't talk about future cards until they're released. But I will tell you that Black Negate is going to be crazy good. What deck did your team play and what did you play? We didn't. If you're talking about in testing today, I was with my team. I was with my group of local guys. I was play testing. I played Vajax, Dark Broly, and I got my Gogeta pieces. So tomorrow, if you guys want me to stream it, if you guys want, I can probably go out to locals and stream my matches and you guys want to watch it. If you guys want to do that and watch those matches, let me know. I'll put it on live. And you guys just watch this playtest. But the next deck I want to take the time to play between tomorrow and Wednesday and at locals is going to be Gogeta Zeno. So I think that deck is 100% insane. Like, I thought Dark Broly swinging for 30Ks was absolutely absurd until I played Gogeta when I was swinging for 35. I'm like, I even combo it, B, and this is 35, so. The event is next Saturday, the 6th. Eddie, how does yellow best Turtles? It's honestly the only deck I have trouble with when I play Mecha. Let me see. Turtles, right? So Turtles, you can shut down their ability to add cards with Slug. Not from their leader though, but like them getting the fruit, them getting all that good stuff, you can shut it down with Slug. You have to protect Slug with their life, right? What else could you use for that? I have to read Beerus again. I don't know if Beerus pops 2 drops, but if Beerus doesn't pop 2 drops, you can use U9 Assemble. Yeah, I have Beerus right here. Boom, I have all the meta relevant cards in front of me, guys. So, yeah, it KOs fearless. So the U9 play where you try to energy lock them and energy manipulate them is kind of rough. I think your biggest bet would be to sit on slugs and just play the game of attrition, right? You protect your slugs. If you could establish another Poutine on board, because all their guys, they don't hardcast their guys. Their guys come in by either you combo the 2 and you tap 1 into it comes into play for 1 energy, which is a skill. So Poutine arrested. They don't really have guys that just hardcast. The combo guys that come into play are from combo, so all that stuff is skill. So what I would highly recommend is you doing a combination between Slug and Poutine, and you stall the game out, because once they're unable to start adding the advantage from their deck, besides your leader, right? Like the field spot, adding fruits, adding cards with their actual battle cards. Once that advantage becomes null, and they just attack with their leader and drawing 1 card, it's going to turn back in your favor. Shroom was a bust. So much before the release. Kill, yeah. Supposed to kill Jackson. Yeah, man. I'm not gonna lie. Today, it was a real eye-opener. I was playing Dark Broly, and one of my good friends, Kenny, he was playing Vajax, and he almost cracked me. Like, he almost cracked me, and he had 3 cards in hand, because the thing was, after his turn 1, he had 1 turn. He milled, used Vegeta, milled the nuts, attacked me, went from 7 to 3. I'm like, oh my god. So from there, I cleared the board and cleared his hand. So I'm like, there's no way he wins. So now I'm slowly, you know what I'm saying, pushing, going for a game, doing this, doing that. This guy literally almost beats me with no Magical Human Extinction attack, and I believe only 2 super combos. And I'm sitting here looking at myself with 4 super combos and everything. I'm like, wow. But Jax is, man, oh man. It's strong, guys. I'm going to leave it at that. But Jax is really strong. Yeah, the only hard casting turtles is the 4 drop. Exactly. That's why I said for Mecha Frieza, the person who asked me earlier, that's how I would do it. I would lock them out with Slug and Poutine and just try to play the game. There was a Dark Broly that played Gogeta pieces. Free play 30Ks. You spend that energy on your Gogeta. I'm not gonna lie. I have a strategy like that. But the thing about it was, you need energy for specific times and points. So even though I had that in the main board, I moved it to the sideboard because I was like, it wasn't as efficient as I wanted it to be. And I just ended up taking the package out completely. So it's unfortunate. It's a great package. But I didn't know how I felt about it at the time. So Do you think Dark Broly will be the premier black deck moving forward, stronger than Jax? The premier black deck moving forward? Please say I have it. This would be perfect timing if I do. Please, please, please say I have it. Oh my god. I was so excited to show this off. Please, please, please. Where is it? Don't tell me I don't have it. Man, don't do this to me. The one time I get to show it off. Give me a second, guys. I think I have it. I opened up a pile of decks today. Oh, man. I don't have it. This sucks. Where's my bag? Is it not here? Oh, yeah. It's right here. I got it. I'm going to show you guys. I'm not trolling. This is my bag. It just came from Locals, right? I'm going to answer your question right now. The premier black deck moving forward. And this is no trolls, guys. You see? Shout out to my boy, Trevor Davis and Chris Moore. Don't pull out my card. Oh, my God. This guy pull out the cards when the box and pulls out my SS4. Bro, guys, don't have kids, man. And if you do have kids, hide your Dragon Balls. All right, here it is. Without revealing some spice. I don't know if I can do this. Hold the bag and my son at the same time. This, with this, and this. You guys get the gist of it. I think Black Gogeta is the way it's moving forward. No lie, guys. I'm not trying to hype it up. It's just the way it's going forward. Another honorable mention deck is... Let me rephrase that. Another honorable mention black leader is Hatchak. Because Hatchak shuts down the entire game currently. And it's the funniest thing ever, right? Because the deck itself is troll, but the leader says, I'm primed and ready to come in and just smoke people. The only problem Hatchak ever had was dealing with Unisons. But now I feel like we're at the timing point in the game where Hatchak is primed and equipped to deal with Unison. So, especially with these secret rare big titty or big boob, I'm gonna say big titty, big boob person, big boob Kai. So I think Hatchak is really primed to take over. And I told you this, I wouldn't be surprised if you see a Hatchak in Top Cut. So it's funny you said that. We were just talking about Hatchak like right before this team talks. It was Machado, myself, Ritzy, and Legends. We were just talking about Hatchak, and I'm not gonna say who was talking about it, but X person said they were considering bringing Hatchak, and we're like, you'll get there, but it's not so much for the deck he's running as much as it for the leader. Because that leader just locks it down. Like this format, it locks it down. So, very, very powerful. Let's see. Oh, there's a lot of questions when I looked up. All right, let's scroll back up. I want to make sure I answer all your questions. What do you think about... All right, I think that's where we left off, right? What do you think about Xeno Gogeta cards and Dark Broly? Yeah, you typically use energy. How many Towa Deluge do people usually use? I don't run them anymore. I had them before the new 7-drop came out, but I replaced that slot completely for the new 7-drops. Yeah, you'll rarely use that ability, especially nowadays where... Before it was good when people just regular negated you and you were able to still attack with your battle cards. But nowadays when you're getting locked by Fighting Rays, by Big Amores, by Nimbus combined with Vegeta, Unison, it's just not really worth it in my opinion. What's debating? Yeah, my contacts are messing up. What did they play? My bad. I'm scrolling through the comments, guys. I want to make sure I address each and every single one of your questions. Yeah, this is where we left off. Do you think Dark Broly will be the premier black deck moving forward, stronger than Majax? I do not. So I hope that answers your question. I believe it will be this deck. Gogeta. I don't know what my leader is, but it's going to be Gogeta. 100%. Yeah. You see? Hoffman, you know what I'm talking about. It's your boy JB. Yeah, Hatch. Like I said, Hatch. It's your boy JB. Hatch is a leader to be reckoned with. Do not sleep on that leader, guys. The deck itself is... The thing about the leader, right? The leader shuts down the entire meta, and the deck itself is wanky. You do not know what you're playing against when you're playing against Hatch. It can be against anything. So, be very, very, very vigilant. I guess Legends just messaged me, so I guess you guys can talk to Legends too about it. Because this guy is being distraction. So, tune in, guys. Give me 15-20 seconds. Let me get Legends in here real quick. Miles, I gotta put you down, broski. I love you, man, but you're gonna mess up everything. Go to the Discord. Okay. I'm gonna have to put the phone lower so you guys can hear them. I still gotta figure out that OBS or what OJB or whatever it's called, guys. You guys hook me up, man. Give me like a easy like OBS for dummies or something, man. Hook me up, guys. Stop. I know you're tired. Stop. All right, I'm gonna get Legends on here, so hopefully he can talk to you guys for a little bit while I attempt to put this guy down. Game 1 of Discord. All right, he's gonna join us. I just messaged him back. Yeah, so right now, guys, you get to pick the brains of our latest in real life champion, a legend. So cue your questions for him, guys. All the blue questions and stuff you guys wanted to ask is your man. This is the guy you want to ask. Oh, he just joined. My bad, guys. I gotta take my headphones off. I'm tripping. All right. And I gotta mute the Twitch. Give me a second, guys. Yo, Legends. Alright. Can you guys hear us? On the chat, let us know if you hear Legends. I gotta mute my Twitch. Alright. How's it sound, guys? How's it sound? I'm looking for your comments right now. Then I'll get back to alright, Legends. Legends speak so they can hear you and then give me like a little thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright, they said it's very low. I just gotta take it off like this. Hold on. Let me get it. I'll put it directly right here. We'll do the old school way. Alright, try it again, Legends. Shoot for it.
Testing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Is it better, guys? Alright, it said it's good. Alright, bring those questions in, guys. I'm gonna catch up on the other questions, and I'll let you take it away while I lay this man down. The last thing they said was, ask me for the black premier deck moving forward. I told him it was Gogeta, in my opinion. And I told him how, before we were talking about it, and Machado said he has access to those promos. So I actually might invest tomorrow. Yeah, just tomorrow. I don't think I could invest 2 days in it. Just tomorrow to see if I could just make that deck autopilot for me. And if I can, I could probably just rock with that deck. Because that deck, in my opinion, is insane. I'd rather swing with 35k base guys than 30k any day of the week. That's just me. Problem, he don't have his own cards. Hatchak. Yeah, Hatchak, yeah, I told him too. Because we're talking about Hatchak. I'm like, it's a funny story you said that. Because we were just talking about it. I'm like, it was me, you, Riti, and Machado. We were just talking about how Hatchak is just, the leader itself is just wild, so.
I think Black's in like a really good spot in this format. There's just so many playable decks of Black between like VJX, Dark Broly, Gogeta, and Hatchak.
And you finally said
really
it, brother.
Does
that mean you're playing Black this weekend, bro?
No, I like Untitled.
Damn, I try to catch him slipping. Policeman Hatch is coming back next set. I could actually see that. I ain't gonna lie. I was thinking of Dark Broly, Mask King. Yeah, I saw text like that. The thing about Dark Broly, I was trying to tell you guys earlier as well, is it's really rough using your energy, man. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. Like, and if you have cards that high, I'm not gonna lie, it's just rough, bro. I'm pretty sure that card you're referring to is at least 2 energy. And at that time and point, I'd rather just play the Mika over him. So, I remember taking Hash to PPG during Storm format when defeated the Jack skillless. We'll see when the thing becomes legal. No, I'm acting as a black leader, if not Dark Broly. Now, Dark Broly, I think Dark Broly will always be dominant, but I just think there are other black decks that are yet to be explored. Mainly the Gogeta Zeno, and yeah, Gogeta Zeno is just insane to me. So I think I caught up on all the questions. So yeah, guys, bring all the questions you want for Legends. It says Legends, I think your question, playing Invoker or Trunks. Oh yeah, they want to know if you're playing Invoker or Trunks this weekend.
Can I answer that with the
you don't have to put it out if you don't want. If you don't want to, you could just say you're playing blue. It's technically you are playing blue.
If Eddie releases the video, I came up with a really cool cooler deck I worked with this week, and that's really good.
Oh yeah, I'll release it tomorrow. I completely forgot about that. It's too late now. Yeah, so he got first place at his locals with what was it? Set 9 cooler?
Yeah, it was like a 7-man, or it was a 7-round, not 7-man, sorry, 7-round local. This is pretty big for us. And, I played against the entire
7-round
meta,
local?
including Evoker. It was good, yeah.
My goodness, boy.
And here in Florida, we don't care about COVID, I guess.
That's insane. That was an event, B. Wow. Yeah, I'll be sure to have that out for you guys tomorrow. So stay tuned for that. It is I'm pretty sure it's uploaded everything. So I'll just make it available first thing in the morning for you guys. What are you doing, son? Oh, he sees his face. That's why. He's trying to talk to himself. All right, guys. What other questions, comments, and concerns do you have for us, my friends? He's not playing cooler, guys. I'll tell you that right now. He played cooler, but he's not playing cooler. Unless he is playing cooler. And that's a whole nother story for itself. I don't know. Legend, what do you think is going to win the event?
Whatever I'm playing, I hope.
That guy's not. So I guess he wants to be playing Dark Broly, B. My boy said, oh, they got a question. This is actually an interesting question. If Legends picked the black leader, what leader would it be?
My favorite black leader to play amongst the decks I own is definitely Dark Broly, but
Whoa!
Ajax is the most fun black leader to play, without a doubt.
I thought that too until I picked up Black Gogeta. I'm not gonna lie to you. You think I'm trolling about this deck? I'm really not. That deck is.
It's good. I just don't think it's as fun as like some of the other decks out there.
But Jax is fun because it's fun to watch your opponent take so much damage on their turn 1 when they tap out thinking they're safe, and it's like, yeah, you're at 3 life for the rest of the game now, buddy. That's the fun part about it, Jax. I ain't gonna lie to you. That happened to me today.
The deck does a lot of things on its turns, right? Like you have a lot of actions. I think that's what makes for a fun deck.
Yeah. I'm like, damn, bro, you just started the game. You just played your 1 energy. You tapped, you know what I'm saying, to do your little thing, and you pass, thinking you're safe because it's going to be my first turn. And on my first turn, yeah, buddy, you're at 3 life. I'm like, oh, damn. It's like that. Let's see what else we have. What do you think Trunks' what do you think Trunks' hardest matchups are?
Without a doubt, Invoker.
Would you say it's just Invoker?
Yeah, it's just like so like Trunks is well built for the entire meta. It was initially built to beat Red Broly. Has a natural matchup in the Dark Broly because of heroic prospects, and its mecha matchup is like pretty 50-50. But as far as I've tested it, I found 0 ways to actually pressure Invoker or find like an out to their kill turn successfully.
That's rough.
Yeah.
Mr. Bearded Vegeta, I think that answers your question. If Legends were to pick a blue leader, what would he pick? If you're not talking about Surge, it would probably be Trunks. And if you're talking about Surge, it would probably be Invoker. So I think that answered the question. How did Andrew do with Lord Slug? Did he play it? I'm not sure. I wasn't at that event. I had to go do family things because I've been doing a lot of webcam stuff recently. And my birthday is actually on Wednesday. And my wife was going to kill me because she wanted to do something next weekend. But I'm like, about that, I'm not going to be here next weekend. It was kind of like a little thingy. So I had to take this weekend off and didn't commentate and really pay attention to this webcam event. So I will have to catch up on that. I'm not sure if Andrew played Slug. I'm not sure if Andrew even was in. Actually, I know Andrew wasn't in the event because I did all the stats for that event. So Andrew, he was not in that event. Now, what's up with his Slug deck? I can't tell you that. I don't know if he's playing. I just don't know. So we'll see on that.
For the chat, if you are not coming to Miami, what deck would you play? If you're not currently about to come to Miami, but you want to, what deck would you bring?
What deck would I play if I wasn't? Go
for the chat.
Oh, for the chat?
Yeah, I want to see what they have to think.
A lot of them said, when I asked earlier, a lot of them said Dark Broly. So just in case you guys didn't hear the question, Legends asked the chat, if you guys were to come to Miami, what deck would you guys play? So I want to see this thing just fill it with Dark Broly. I want a Dark Broly emote, bro. Just ding, ding. Actually, I don't want a Dark Broly. I just want a Black Deck emote because I'm gonna switch to what's his face to Black Gogeta after this event, and then maybe we'll make a little reunion with Vegeks. I'm not gonna lie. After tonight, when I almost lost to Vegeks, dude, it was like the most savage. You thinking when I almost lost to Vegeks, he pulled all the Majin Boos. He bricked. He saw his 0 Majin Boos or anything, but his turn 1, he put me to 3 life, and I was like, well, damn. My boy said Mecha. I think I don't know, Legends. How do you feel about this statement I'm about to say? Mecha Frieza, right? I think Mecha Frieza is in a really problematic position where red decks are just running rampant, and red decks are the bane of Mecha Frieza's existence. How do you feel about that?
Mecha is like is probably the best yellow linear that's unbanned and unerrated. And I think people just don't have enough time or are willing to put enough time to master it versus red decks. I don't think it's necessarily that red decks are punishing it. I think players aren't able to grasp the matchups fast enough. Myself included, which is why I'm not playing Mecha. I think it's a little too complicated to play in such a short time span.
I just think just by looking at the matchup, it's just difficult knowing that you have to deal with Infinite Wolfang Fist. Every time you use a counter card, your stuff gets popped. Then you have to deal with Yamcha, the Yamcha counterplay, which is completely insane. Knowing that all your guys are probably 15 or less, I don't know, man. I just feel like it's an uphill battle versus red. I don't know.
Sure, I mean they're not naturally built to be red, right?
Yeah.
Except Red Broly, but that's like they don't even play Tyrannical Cooler or Tyrannical Blow anymore, so that's not even true, I guess. I don't really think it's so one-sided. I do think Mecha is unbelievably strong.
All right, so we have a question. It says, "Oh wait, I've been meaning to ask Legends why he thinks Trunks has a neutral advantage against Blue Baby deck."
Why does Trunks have a neutral? No, Trunks has a very positive matchup versus Blue Baby.
Oh wow.
And yeah, it's unbelievably positive. So Blue Baby can never actually develop versus Trunks. Because every time Trunks attacks, Blue Baby tries to develop a card, Trunks removes it on the exact same turn. So Blue Baby will never get an attack off, whereas Trunks' game plan continues the entire time.
Hope that answers your question, Mr. Bearded Vegeta. What other questions you guys have for us? Because I ain't gonna lie, including our little session that we had with our team, we're going on 3 hours or 4 hours on because they called me when I was at locals and I just tuned in. And I just saw Robbie letting some spice go. So I can't put that out. But we're going on 3 or 4 hours of just chatting. So you guys fill the comment section with questions, or else we're gonna cut this one short. Mecha can be built to beat red decks. Yeah, it can be, but I just feel like it's just a matchup you really look forward to, right? It's like how if you're playing blue, you can build your deck to beat black, but you don't go into a tournament saying, "I hope I face every single black deck in this tournament." It's like, no, it's neg. You don't. You want to avoid the black decks, and then hey, when you finally do play the black decks, you're prepared to beat them. If that makes sense. I don't know if I agree with Blue Baby take, because Blue Baby just counters all the Trunks plays. Damn, Legends, you got challenges, boy.
I mean, you would think that, right? But Blue Baby, outside of Golden Baby Avenger, has 0 answer to the 5-drop Vegeta, right? Because you can't God Sealing the 5-drop Vegeta. There's no cost on it, and so none of the other cards hit it except for that hit card. And so as a result, the 5-drop Vegeta always lands safely, and then the 8-drop has deflect barrier. And once the 8-drop lands, parity goes towards the Trunks player.
My boy already says Launcher's gonna win. I beg to differ that, my friend. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I hope so, and I hope it's Robbie. If it does.
Oh yeah, if it does win, it'll probably be Robbie. But anyone besides Robbie, I don't know, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. My boy, dang, we have baby lovers in here, boy. They're challenging on this one, B.
I mean, that's what I love to see in the community, right? I'd love to see problem solving. So that's really good. I think
they said you are unstoppable 4 drops game.
That is true. You do have UI as an out. That is your other consistent out. But that's going to cost 3 energy for you to counterplay my 0 energy play just to put it back in my hand, or to counter my 8-drop play, which already got 2 cards out of your hand. So like if we're just speaking straight card parity, that's still net positive for Trunks.
Makes sense. Oh, my boy, Mr. Bearded Vegeta. If I was a bearded man, if I was a betting man, it'd be Dark Broly. I feel you, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'd put my money on Dark Broly. I'm telling you right now. Dark Broly is going to be it. I'll probably say the Dark Broly that'll win it will probably be a Dark Broly that you guys seen on stream before. He got too old versus the other man on the other side of this thing. But we fixed those problems, you know what I'm saying? We fixed those problems, guys. So, we'll be in there. Hold on. I see people messaging me. What are they saying? Do you want us in there? Oh, they could join if they want. I don't know. I bet we're about to have some more special guests, guys. I even see the message. If you're free. We're in game one channel. It's game one channel, right? I believe. I gotta go back and look. Next man fell asleep on me. Yeah, we're in the game one channel. If they want to join, they can join, I guess.
I think Xeno Gogeta is a great deck in this format.
Gogeta Zeno?
Yeah, I think.
Don't you be stealing my thunder, bro. Oh, shit. Don't you be stealing my thunder. I'm just playing. Go ahead.
No.
That deck is... Oof. Go ahead. Explain it. Why do you think so, in your opinion? Go ahead.
No. It was a question. They asked if they think Xeno Gogeta is good in the current, or where they think it is in the current format. I think it's good. And I think we missed a question back there about Blue Baby in general versus Black. When I played Blue Baby, I felt it was positive versus Black, but I only played it for a very short stint before I realized that the deck has some glaring weaknesses. And,
did you play Blue Baby versus a set 12 Black deck, or was it before set 12?
It was prior set 12.
Okay,
so I didn't get that experience.
Yeah. Because once set 12 comes out, Black Saiyan decks, like Black Saiyan leaders, oh my goodness.
Yeah,
if you didn't like Black before, you just fell in love. Man, I ain't gonna lie. Now you're making me miss for Jax, bro. Oh, man. Good times.
You want to play with Jax, bro?
Good time. Oof, they joined. We have 2 more guests joining in. We have Matt Hughes and Frisco Foz joining in. So if you guys have questions, make sure you type those guys in the comment section, and they'll answer those questions for you guys. Last time I played with Jax was at Gamers. It's been a really, really long time. But the deck is just so free. Especially seeing it play tonight. I'm telling you, I was testing my Dark Broly deck, and I almost lost. And this guy had 0 Module Humans Extinction Attack. I had 4 super combos, and he still almost beat me. Granted, my turn 1, which was stupid, I took a life, and as soon as I did it, I'm like, I'm going to regret this. And in my turn 1, bro, I passed. This guy milled the nuts, put me to 3 life. I'm like, wow. Yeah, I knew it was going to be instant regret.
Yeah, the Jax is still good. I don't know why people aren't playing it.
Man. It's a lot of things we got to test. Damn, it's too...
If Dormant's popular, the Jax gets worse. But overall, green decks really haven't had a lot of representation outside of Turtles the past couple weeks.
Yeah, it'd probably just be Turtles. And I'm venturing to say the only reason why Turtles is popular is because if you play red decks, right, and if you tap the 2 for your Piccolo, Turtles just lasts because the Demigo will be on board. You just charismatic Frieza and just pop it. That's it for green. That's all green. I mean, yeah, Green Gotenks is still around, but at the end of the day, are you really gonna take Green Gotenks to the event and expect to win the event with Green Gotenks, knowing that Dark Broly and a bunch of other stuff is running around rampant? It's pretty ballsy, man. I ain't gonna lie.
Well, sadly, Grim Reaper of Justice has now been declared too expensive. 2 energy for Grim Reaper of Justice is just too much.
Yeah. I always hated playing. The only time I ever played 2 energy is literally for Mecha Cabrera. That's about it. Mecha Cabrera to me, I would play 3 energy. Actually, no, I wouldn't. But 2 energy is just right. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. 2 energy is just, that thing has the flex too, so you know it's gonna stick. I'm like, ooh, it just feels so good. Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh man, what other questions do you guys have? To be honest, Goku should probably... Yeah, I personally, as with Jax, if I'm playing with Jax, the only thing I'd probably be scared of would probably be yellow. Is Mecha Frieza. Because That thing is that I just don't feel like dealing with the whole Zamasu into Bergamo into hey. What I found out earlier tonight, you're freaking trying to play around Nimbus and you're trying to do the correct play, right? And they say no negate. You're like, oh, I'm about to win, and then they just drop the Supreme Kai, big titty Kai on you, and now you're locked out from your leader and your unison. So you're like, well, damn, I did the correct play, but now I just got punished. So it's specifically yellow because, and once it's specifically yellow, it's more specifically Mecha Frieza. Because that interaction, when they do have it, and it's your kill turn, will set you back so far. I don't think you can come back and win. If you're trying to do the correct plays, attack with the battle card first, you drop the Nimbus. But dude, they say no negation. They drop that. You see some big old, beautiful, secret rare booties. Man, oh man. It's a love-hate relationship, right? Because you like to see the boobs, but man, it's like, I think I just lost this game, bro. It's rough, dude. I don't know. Let's see. What else do they have in here? To be honest, yeah. Oh, man, this guy's sleeping. Let me go put him down. All right, you guys keep talking.
Heisman Elite asks what Dex has an advantage over Mecha Frieza. You guys want to take the helm on this one?
So, inherently, Dex, like Dark Broly, have a strong advantage against Mecha. Main reason why, if they're not playing Unison of Fury, or if one's not on board, 30Ks that get to be played for free are just going to trade up so well. And then, of course, hard aggressive strategies. Also, decks like King Piccolo, since it can play a lot of bodies that Mecha doesn't really have answers for, unless it's going the route of having a Zamasu super combo plus Bergamo every turn to lock things down. And then the Unison and King Piccolo also clears the board. So those two decks, I feel like, have a solid game against it.
You can play multiple threats against Mecha. It's hard for them to control the board. It's more things for them to tap, but it's also a lot more swings they have to defend against, which they typically don't like. They don't want multiple attacks coming at them.
What was the question? You think? Let's see.
What's good against Mecha Frieza?
What's good against Mecha? Yeah, I'd just say the aggro stuff. Super early, like Vegeta. I'd venture to say Vegeta is. Like, anything that's, like, super aggro, super early. Because they can't sit there and take their life. Like, how do they summon things? What do? They rely on U9 Assemble very much to get their draw power and to not only that, but establish the board. But if they don't have life to take, what are they doing? Slowly just playing a fair game, which is not the point of playing Mecha Frieza. I don't know.
Yeah. I think Mecha is like, in many ways, just the new Gotenks of the format. Like, it was super popular. It does what it wants to do very well, but it's been solved, like, ish, right? I don't want to get, like, flamed by the entire community, but, like, people know what to expect out of that deck now, and it just has, like, 50/50s or worse across the board.
Appreciate you saying that, because I was been saying that a long time. That was like, Green Gotenks was so overhyped, and I was like, man, Mecha's, like, in the same boat, because I was just playing Mecha, and I was playing against it, playing with it, and I'm like, man, it just doesn't get there, for me at least.
We got off both those decks so fast in testing. Just because, like, Green Gotenks in set 10, you're just like, well, this is just a linear deck that plays a mid-range game, but I'd rather be doing something faster or better, like, in the control game. And then with Mecha, you're just sitting in mid-range, and you're not even, like, the best mid-range deck, and you're a tempo deck, but you don't create strong tempo, and it's hard for you to close games. So it's like...
And it's a mid-range deck that takes its own life rather quickly, and it puts yourself on a clock, like, which is not typically what a mid-range deck wants to do.
No, not at all.
I think the way that you would break Mecha in the future is it's going to be a super aggro deck somehow, but
that would be insane.
I don't think the card pool exists yet for that to happen.
If Mecha was allowed to be an aggro deck, that'd be really crazy. I ain't gonna lie to you. That's actually a scary thought, man. Holy smokes.
Well, it's because, right, it's like if they ever develop, like, if there's ever extra cards that bring out battle cards and stuff like that, like, that would be, like, you know.
Nah, that's a very scary thought. They're just aggro and they have the ultimate defense because their stuff is free. Oh, my goodness.
Right.
That'd be insane. That'd be almost as insane as this bad boy.
There's the free planet into Nimbus Master, into the Vegeta and Goku that can go into the Whis. Vegeta and Goku 3-drops. I was tinkering out with that, but you just don't draw as many cards as U9 Assemble. Like, U9 Assemble is just such a...
Yeah, U9 Assemble is busted. Where is these bad boy? What else are we missing out on? Speculation on Battle Evolution. Guys, you guys know how we do it. We don't talk about future sets until they're released because you're going to listen to us They're gonna put it in your decks and then come to Miami and say these guys lied to us. I'm gonna look at you and say we didn't lie to you. We're talking about the future sets. And this is exactly why we don't talk about future sets, because you guys take it to heart and do it instantly. We appreciate it, but it's not an instant fix. It's a wait till that set is out and we got you. If that makes sense. Y'all tweak projects at all lately? Nah, I don't know. I'll let these guys talk about projects because I've been talking about mine for the longest, and the people who did play it, they said they loved it. I put it in the group. I know Matt had his thing on Vegeta Saiyan Army. I had mine up there too, so I'll let you guys talk about projects because you guys already know my list. My list doesn't change. My list is the same exact thing with all those 4-0s and the last 2 SS4 Bardogs. That's it.
So I ended up taking my variation of the listing going even more like harsh when it comes to aggression. By now playing 4 Hidden Power E Supreme guys and 2
Hey man, that's what I was talking about, brother.
Like really trying to close the game, but I was also playing 4 copies of Kuwitsukai main, just to continue the pressure and then to filter out the dead cards that are in your hand, and then of course playing 3 Secret Identity Mass Saiyan and 3 Fighting Against Fate. A lot of games I was winning turn 2 with like optimal draw, turn 3 was like the average, and I felt like it was the best like small medium deck that could keep up with like the mid-range decks like launch, so it felt really good in testing.
So you do enjoy a beautiful 4 beautifully hidden Ace Supreme Kai. That thing is busted. But I'm glad to see you put in the SS4 Bardogs in there. Because the Bardogs, in my opinion, it's like those hands are not that optimal. If you have at least 1 Bardog in your hand with at least like 1 or 2 double strike Kais, it becomes insane. I don't think people realize the value. I think that Bardog literally embodies what Vegeta is trying to do in terms of free value. Because you'll look at your drop and you'll have 6 and it's like, well, you have 2 energy, you have 1 energy, and you tap because you thought you were safe. That is game, my friend. So I love that card in that deck. I'm glad to see you have it in there.
I mean, if you're at like 2 energy, you can get off 4 double strikes.
Yes,
2 when fighting against Fate,
exactly.
1 with leader and 1 with these.
Exactly.
4 double strike swings.
Yep. And it's nasty. People fail to realize that. I'm like, you're never safe when you're playing against projects, bro. Like, there's not one turn you can just sit there and say, it's okay, I'll see you next turn. Because the turn you do that is a turn you're signing that match flip, bro. It's like, well, I thought I was safe. I'm dead serious. It's like, well, I thought I was safe. You're sitting here telling your opponent, like, you're telling your friends what happened. Like, yeah, I tapped out, but then he did this and he did that. And they're just laughing at you, dude. I'm being so bro, I've seen so many stories and just, I don't know, gonna lie. I'm like, bro, you really still tapping out against projects? Man, you got me building the deck right now on stream, dude. Putting it together.
That's why the turn 2 awakening is so important now. Is because like the moment your unison becomes a double strike threat, you're probably gonna win the game.
Oh yeah, 100% agreed.
Yeah.
They said SS4 Bardog's dumb. I'm sorry about that, SS4 Bardog. We call that the hype train. That card is good. I'm not gonna say it's all hype, but that card is amazing. I'm not gonna lie to you. Oh my goodness, that card is it's like my 3rd child. I love that card to death. That card is
It's kind of funny because I always go back to like overwhelmed spots. I'm like, oh, maybe I can like change it up and stuff like that. But I always just kind of turn back to that card.
Yeah, that card is
just as generic. It's just a generic beater that just puts it in kill range.
100%. What else you guys got for us? I'm making skillers for Jax. I'll let these guys talk about it because maybe they'll give you a different perspective. I don't see how skillers for Jax would work. Neither, Man on a Mission as well. I explained that to you on the event I won at Gamers. Every time I played Man on a Mission, it felt like it was bait. Because realistically speaking, I'm like, yes, I got him. I'm about to hit him with this Man on a Mission and give it the Majin Buu Human Extinction attack. But realistically, what happened was it either got counterplayed or got negated. And I'm sitting there like, well, damn. But when I played the Secret Identity Mass Saiyan, that's why I preach it at 4. No matter what I did when I played it, it always went off. Unless it's against blue. But it always went off because it literally, if it gets counterplayed, it's fine. I'll still wipe the board. And if it doesn't get counterplayed, not only do I wipe the board, now you either have to waste a counter on this, or give me a super combo plus something else because it's 25k base. So that card, I will always sell it, especially in this format where everything is just weenies and weenies. Even against Dark Broly, you can take out at least a block. If you're going for a game, you can at least take out the blocker, dude. Like, the card is just nuts, dude. Like, there's not one dead matchup Besides Invoker, it's probably the only dead matchup because they'll just look at you and you look at them back and say, well, at least it's a 25k swinger. But I'm telling you, but yeah, it's yeah, that's the only. I mean, it still puts in work as a 25k, but there's not one matchup where it's like this card is completely useless. So, I don't know. So I'll let you guys. What do you guys feel about skills for decks? Now, if they're referring to that future set stuff, like I said, that's the future set. But as of right now, what do you guys think about skills for decks?
Well, before going into skills for decks, that point you brought up about man on a mission, I think this is a really good teachable moment when trying to learn where it's like keywords aren't as good as trading for cards. And man on a
kind of broke up there, Matt.
You cut out, Matt.
Dang, I think man on a mission Zenoed him, bro. He's like, you
What he's
talking
trying
about
to say,
me?
though, yeah. What he's trying to say is that the keywords on Man and Mission don't actually trade for cards; they just trade for life, right? And like, there's the argument that it's like possible potential card value because you're critting the life, but ultimately, there's too many.
Put it back up. I think it's like, I don't know why it just like died. I gotta learn how to do this OPS ASAP. I'll probably learn it after this weekend.
I can do it in the future.
After this weekend.
As far as the color hierarchy right now, like what's the best color in
Black.
the game?
Black.
I think that black is definitely the most played. That's for sure.
You're gonna say red, aren't you?
It's
No.
red blue. How can
It's
we
black.
discuss this?
It's black.
I think for sure the worst is yellow. Just throwing it out there. I think you can make a lot, and then it would probably go yellow, green from starting from the bottom, working its way up.
Yeah.
And then you can make an argument for the other ones. I don't think there's a wrong answer in the middle of those.
Well, I think the best color is actually Shadow Dragons. I think I think it's its own color. I definitely say like the problem is every color has such like strong pulls. Like the problem with green is like green's battle cards are pretty bad.
Yep.
Like,
But it has dormant. That's the same in Greece. It's the same in Greece.
Charismatic in the Migra.
Yeah, red has good battle cards, but it's not really energy efficient at all, and it has the worst counterplay.
Right.
Blue is like solid. Like, I don't know. Black overall probably has the best mix of like battle cards and everything. But if you went into multicolor, then I think red blue is like really strong.
Yeah, I think red blue is an insane color combo right now.
Mirror Super Combo is just a solid card.
But you're talking about multicolor. They're talking about single color cards standing alone by itself. That's not fair. That's like saying black blue is like the best deck. If there was a black blue deck, I mean, shit, might as well say black blue.
I consider my Soul Striker Genoma deck kind of black blue because it leads into Mechikabura a lot, grabbing the balls and stuff like that, and leaning into that. It's not really super black, but if that makes sense.
Yeah, sure. It's not black at all. It's just blue with three Mechikuburas.
Exactly. I'll take it, bro. I'll lean in when I can.
Bam, bam, bam. You guys have any more questions for us? Comments, concerns, guys? Let them know here. We've been live for an hour now, so put them here. We're going to start to wrap it up. Let's see if we missed any questions. We have... It was a tournament move. The webcam event was new. There's 2 Bandai events that weekend. There is one. Sunday is on Canada. The Sunday we had it on previously was a Canadian event. And a Saturday was an online... Was a Bandai online online cup event, I think it was, on Saturday. So we just moved it out to April. Like I said, guys, it's gonna be really, really cool because starting from next weekend on up until the future, there's gonna be an event every weekend, right? Whether it's PPG or Bandai, it's gonna be an event every weekend. So technically, the season is starting to kick back up in gear. So stay tuned for that. The webcam regional will be lit. I will make at least. I'll do my best to do 2, but at least 1 more online event so people can get their invites. If it's only 1, I'll make it exclusive for people who do not have their invites. But I want to do at least 2 where one of them is just a regular one and the invites will pass down, and the last one will be exclusive for people without their invites. Maybe if you guys want, I can even do just the 8-man dailies and you guys can just get your invites like that. So I don't know. Stay tuned for that. I'm not really focused on that right now. I just got to focus on the weekend. But once the weekend's over, I will have that information for you guys. And let's see what else do they got. I think you guys answered. Oh, they guys are challenging. They're saying blue is the worst color, which I personally agree. I'm not gonna
It's
lie.
arguably true. I mean, it's very arguably true.
The only reason why I agree blue's the worst color is because every color has hate for blue, but specifically black sand leaders have like fire in their veins hate for blue, and it's like funny, dude. That's why like when I speak about black decks, you never hear me refer to Shroom, Salsa, and that stuff. It's literally just Regex, Dark Broly, and yeah, Regex, Dark Broly, and Black Gogeta. The Gogeta Zeta.
Like, Sherman Salsa's not tier 1, bro. What are you talking about?
Shroom and Salsa can smoke with Shroom and Salsa and a side. I don't even think Shroom and Salsa can take a side of it. I'm not even gonna lie to you, bro. Like, I'm not even trying to be disrespectful. Like that deck, I'm not saying it's bad, but compared to the other decks in the format, it's man, oh man, dude.
It's not there. Yes,
I just don't see it. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's missing a piece. It's gonna be. I think it's gonna go down to one of those decks where its main pieces will trickle itself into other decks until maybe possible future support, and it's like, well, guess what? I'm a whole deck again, and maybe then. But right now, I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't see how someone would win with that deck at all. It's a cool concept, though, I'll tell you that. But yeah, maybe next time, man. What do you guys think?
I think the deck's too fair. Like, it doesn't offer anything that's disadvantageous to the opponent. Therefore, like, there's no reason to play it over something else.
Facts, my friend. Like free 30.
I think Matt said it one time, like, because I was a hype stream on Whis, and I think Sherman Salsa is probably just a worse Whis deck.
I would agree with that statement.
They tend to do that, where it's like you have decks that are like very similar. They have the same exact access, but one is doing the same thing for free, whereas the other one's having to pay an energy or more for it. And then you're just like, wow, like how could this ever be as good as it's like brother or sister? Like it's impossible.
Facts. Is that all the questions? I'm not even paying attention. I'm sitting here building this Vejex deck. You guys got me so hyped up for like black. I'm sitting here trying to find all my Vejex pieces. I found my leader. These are the biggest pieces in the Vejex deck, in my opinion. Are these modern boost humans extinction attack? That thing will help you close out games. Now that you don't really have Splinter Mind, all that good stuff. What am I missing? Why are green battle cards not good? I'm not gonna answer that. I'll let you guys answer that. That's too funny. We have a question saying, why are green battle cards not good?
So
Yeah, go for it.
you go ahead and answer. You have an answer?
I don't. I was gonna say I have fair answers.
Agreed. That makes sense.
I don't think anyone has an answer for that.
So the reason why green battle cards aren't good is that oftentimes they're overcosted. There's not a ton of them that have like keywords that matter, like deflection and barrier matter the most right now. And oftentimes they're not trading up on cards, like they're not netting you additional cards a lot of the time unless they're attacking. And then overall removal is just not like having a 1-for-1 removal is just not good. Like for playing one card, paying the energy for it, you're losing that card from your hand, you're killing one thing. That's just never been historically good in this game. So oftentimes green battle cards just don't trade effectively and they're not efficient.
that Super 17 from Dropbox 4, bro.
No deflect, no barrier, bro.
You're paying 4 energy, bro.
Yeah, man, that's super sick, dude.
Snapped. Yeah, I think
No,
that's all.
it's kind of funny that you said that about the keywords. Actually, I would say barrier is probably the most important keyword right now. Just nothing really interacts with barrier too much right now. Deflect only really matters against blue. And
Blue's not popular.
exactly. If I was gonna pick one, I would say barrier right now is probably the most important.
My boy says Grim Reaper draws 2 cards, pop a card, and is a 25k dual attacker. You're right, it is.
Yeah, but it costs 3 cards and 2 energy.
Yeah.
And you can only play it in one deck.
Yeah.
Boom. Alright, I guess we'll start off with closing comments because I don't think there's any more questions. And I think it's my bedtime. Yeah, it's past my bedtime. We'll start closing the Discord. Let's see. We'll start with, I guess, Frisco, Legends, and then Matt. That's the order I see it in.
Yeah. Is there anything specific for closing statements you're looking for?
Nah, you could just like the way I do my closing comments, like I'll just recap what I talked about, tell them like what I see will happen in the near future, most likely in an event like this weekend. I'll give mine. Let's leave it by example, I guess. All right, guys. So we talked about today, like the decks you want to see at Pro Play Tour Miami. In my opinion, it'll probably just be black on red action. You'll see a bunch of Launch, a bunch of Piccolo, and you'll see a bunch of Dark Broly. Now, I do believe there will be other decks, but I believe those will be the 3 most represented decks. There'll probably be a split between King Piccolo and Launch, with slightly Launch winning because I can see the popularity there and like the ability to play like multiple colors versus just the red green or just versus just the red in King Piccolo. So I can see that. But 100% have your deck prepared to combat red and Dark Broly, specifically Dark Broly. But it's not only just Dark Broly. Black decks in general are good, but Dark Broly. Be prepared, guys. Yeah, that's my closing comments. So I'll let you guys hit yours.
Yeah, no, I would echo the same thing. I think if you're going to an event, I think Dark Broly has its target on its back. I think step 1 is tech for that and go from there, and then kind of run out your matchups from there. Because I think you're going to see Dark Broly probably at least 2 to 3 times over the course of a tournament. Is kind of where we're headed at right now.
Yep.
So I would tech your deck with trying to beat it, and then go from there. And then just try to round out from your side deck spots for other matchups that you feel like could be slightly favored or not as favored kind of thing. But I think that's what should be your goal.
These are facts.
Agreed. I go into a tournament like this where the metagame is everything's starting to go closer and closer towards the middle, whether it be Dark Broly, King Piccolo, Launch. I'm a really big fan of picking one of the extremes, whether that be Reboot Gohan, if you want to go leader-based aggro, the Jex, if you want to go wide and try and get under these decks that need to get to turn 3, or I really like playing a long game either with Invoker or it's not a popular pick, but I think SS4 Vegeta is criminally underplayed. I think having turn 2 Baby Hatch Jacket or a Prospect online is just so powerful in a format like this, and then any deck that plays against you in the long game you can kind of outvalue and then go into tournament side to win. But otherwise I'd probably just stay at one of the extremes.
You said SS4 Vegeta?
Yeah.
Oof. Damn. Too bad it's close. I would love to hear that segment. But yeah.
The reason why? The reason it's very simple. It's just when you lose a lot of the hyper aggressive decks like Red Broly, and you have all these decks collapse into the middle, then you want to be the deck that's doing the biggest thing or the deck that's doing the fastest thing. And SS4 Vegeta is just one of the decks that's really good at doing the biggest thing. But otherwise you could just play Invoker, which is very similar. So I would either play Invoker, SS4 Vegeta if you don't have access to Invoker cards, or I'd play something like Reboot Gohan or Vegeta.
Makes sense. Yeah, that's usually how the format goes. Makes sense. Alright, Legends, what you got for us?
Aside from echoing what everybody else here said, I guess the most important message I can leave the community on is just to get effective practice in with the decks that you want to play, especially if you're looking to get into the competitive side of the game. And effective practice includes like playing out your game 2s and 3s when you're playing with your buddies or with your test partners. Because a lot of times you're going to be playing 2/3 of your games and with your side deck, and knowing how to play with it or what to side it out in those scenarios is going to save you your tournament life. And the other version of effective practice is playing the meta decks on Untap, right? Like, Untap is such a godsend for competitive players because you can just build every deck on there, and you can feel out the deck, what it does, what it wants to do, and, like, as a way to get under that deck with your own deck eventually in the future. But, yeah, keep coming up with cool decks, and enjoy the game.
Alright, guys, and on access. Alright, we have one last question. On that access, which red battle cards are efficient that are generic? Red battle cards that are generic that I love personally, I think it's super underplayed and underappreciated, undervalued. I could keep going on and on, but I was gonna say it is that all you got? I think that card is like insane. I don't know about why people aren't running it. I just think that card's insane. So that's my pick. I'll let these guys give their one pick, and we'll be done for tonight. So yeah, let's go next.
Red battle cards that are efficient and generic. Right,
Oh, you said battle cards. I thought you meant red card. But it's mine is still an extra card.
Yeah, I got it. Son Goku and Vegeta Apex Power.
That's broken, bro. Oh, dead. Wow, he snapped.
No, I can't pick a mono one. Sorry, I'll pick a red one though. Like cooler. I know Tyrannical Soul is not mono red, but it is one of the best generic red-ish battle cards.
Yes, it is.
One cards that look at that are energy efficient if you really want to be aggro is like General Tao, One Hit Wonder. Those are all just free battle cards that just are played.
New Ruler.
Yeah.
New Ruler. Yep.
Yeah.
So I think that comment is more towards the comment of like green battle cards not being energy efficient. I just think probably the engines that red are playing right now are just more energy efficient in their battle cards than what the engine cards of Turles and like green Gotenks. So I think that was more towards like to that comment, because there's not a lot of red generic cards that are energy efficient besides the one we just named, but the engine cards are a lot more energy efficient, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Matt, what do you got for us?
Oh, no, I echo the same things. Also, red is probably a better arrival color overall. I know they share red and green cards, but the majority of them have red as the arrival color. So including Cruel or Tyrannical Assault. So a lot of your red decks is true. A lot of your red decks can lean into those more generic multicolor cards, whereas like your green-based deck's gonna have a harder time doing that.
Yeah, does make sense. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in. I will be back on, what's today's Monday? Oh, today's technically Tuesday. It's 12 o'clock. Yeah, I'll be back tomorrow, Wednesday, at probably 10:30 again. Yeah, be sure to bring all your questions, comments, and concerns by then. If you guys want to see me playtest the Black Gogeta, maybe I'll do it. I'm not gonna lie, I just put this Regex deck, so I was nostalgic, so it might end up being Regex. But yeah, we'll see what's up, but we'll keep you updated for then. But until then, stay safe, guys. We love you, and we'll see you next time.